Hi, welcome to the Improvement Today channel, where we will discuss multiple topics such as health, money, good habits, psychology, and so much more. Today, we are going to be talking about things to do when you're feeling lonely. You could say this world is more connected than it's ever been. Friends, family, and strangers who live miles apart can communicate instantly thanks to social media and email. Anyone can hop on a plane from New York City and reach Los Angeles in just hours. In large metropolitan melting pots across the globe, thousands of people from different countries and cultures mingle and break bread. It's as if time and space are collapsing, bringing all sorts of people closer to one another. Yet so many of us feel lonely and can't seem to shake it. Researchers claim that the US is experiencing a loneliness epidemic. In a 2018 survey, experts discovered that about 22% of Americans say they constantly feel alone. Such prolonged feelings of isolation can come with serious health problems, both mental and physical. Feelings of isolation are often associated with depression, anxiety, and suicidal thoughts. Doctors have also found that people who are lonely tend to have increased blood pressure, weaker immune systems, and more inflammation throughout the body. Turns out, connectedness not only makes our lives more interesting, it's vital for our own survival. So what should you do when you're feeling blue without anyone to lean on? Here's what therapists, doctors, and researchers say are some of the best strategies to cope with loneliness. Telling other people you're lonely can feel scary, shameful, and self-defeating. But expressing that feeling can be the beginning of releasing it. We tend to stigmatize loneliness in the US, equating it with being a loner or a loser. That stigma encourages us to avoid admitting when we're lonely. Denying our loneliness only perpetuates it, so before we can recover, we have to be honest, at least with ourselves, about what we are experiencing. Take stock of connections you already have. Sometimes when we are feeling lonely, we can't see what's right in front of us. Many of us get tunnel vision when it comes to affection and intimacy, in that we count only certain behaviors while discounting others. I might notice that my friends don't tell me they love me, or don't like my social media posts. But I overlook the fact that they always volunteer to help when I have a home project to do. When people expand their definitions of affection and love to include a wider range of behaviors, they often discover that they aren't as deprived as they originally thought. Recognize you are not alone in feeling lonely. If 22% of Americans constantly feel lonely, know that if you're feeling isolated, you're sharing the same experience with millions of other people. When I'm lonely, I remind myself just how pervasive loneliness is. And I imagine being connected to all of the lonely people out there. Get curious. Ask questions. Recognize that loneliness looks different for people at different times of their lives. And that there are those who have many relationships, but still feel like something is missing. It's important to differentiate between situational loneliness and chronic loneliness. Most people feel lonely from time to time, especially in today's individualistic, independence valuing, more single than ever culture. However, if I'm feeling loneliness more frequently than usual, I get curious about the shift. Has something changed in my relationships leading me to feel more disconnected? Have I been nurturing my current connections and creating opportunities for new ones that make me feel seen? Am I intentionally or accidentally isolating myself? Whether our loneliness is brief or chronic, questions like these can help direct us to the best way to cope. Take the time to slow down. If you're frequently busy, running around with your to-do list, or feel stressed by all the meetings at work, it might be time to hit the brakes. Sometimes when people's schedules are back-to-back for too long, they start disconnecting from themselves and other people. They get overwhelmed from overworking and too much stimulation. So the practice is just to relax and do what their body needs. Spend time in nature. Being alone and strolling through nature can be meditative, too. Mostly because we are able to notice just how much life is truly out there beyond human life, and how naturally connected we are to all of it. Getting your hands in the soil can have a healing effect as well. Gardening can help to reduce symptoms of anxiety and depression, which, as mentioned above, are two conditions that can be associated with loneliness. If nothing else, the fresh air and company will re-energize you. Adopt a pet. Recent research suggests that most people link loneliness to strife within their own families and social circles. If you're feeling a hole in your social life, why not fill it with a playful force that'll be available to you around the clock? More research suggests that seeking out a furry friend may help you find more satisfaction in your day-to-day life. If you can manage the responsibility, rescuing a new pet may help you feel more fulfilled in your day-to-day routine. Check your social media usage. While the jury is still out on whether or not the rise of social media is driving loneliness and depression, it doesn't hurt to re-evaluate the influence it has on your life. Are you using it to make meaningful connections? Are you spending too much time on it? Is it causing you to withdraw in unhelpful ways? If we feel dissatisfied with our face-to-face relationships, we retreat into the world of social media, which only exacerbates the problem. On social media, it seems as though everyone else has better jobs, better houses, better vacations, and better relationships than we do. That isn't actually true, of course. If Instagram and Facebook are dragging you down, it might be time for a temporary screen detox. Thank you for watching. Hope I will see you again tomorrow. I would love to grow this community bigger and bigger, so let's help each other improve ourselves every single day. Bye for now, and remember that life is good.